very long time. Primarily the reason is economic. You take a look at what's been transpiring in the country by way of the decline in the economy. Although there have been times where, of course, the economy has improved, Binghamton has lagged behind on an ongoing basis. We've seen Binghamton go from back in the 50s, maybe early 60s, a city of about 80,000 people or so, to a city now maybe 47,000 and some change. We've seen Binghamton, which was a strong industrial city, become a city now with very little, if any, industry left in it. Jobs have left, jobs have gone south, jobs have gone out west, and people have gone with those jobs, obviously. Another factor, of course, is that when you take a look at the high taxes that we have in our area and have had on a continual basis, not just from the standpoint of the taxes on businesses, certainly from the standpoint of the taxes and the homeowners, on the residents of the city of Binghamton. When we see that probably around 50% of the property in Binghamton is off the tax rolls, that's owned by government or not-for-profits, that means that the taxes, there's an ever-increasing burden on those people and businesses that have remained, and they cannot support the increase in taxes over a long period of time without any relief. So it's a number of reasons, primarily though it has been the economy that has caused the big decline in our area. I think one of the things that our city has to do is make a decision as to what we are, first and foremost. Not what we want to become, not what we like to become, but what we are. And to be the best of what we are, first and foremost, we have to be certain that those residents and businesses that are here now, that have not left, decide not to leave. And we do that primarily by offering them that which they're paying the taxes for. We've got to get back down to essential services, first and foremost. We've got to be sure that this is indeed a city that's safe for its residents. You've got to be sure that it's a clean city. You've got to be sure that it's a city that you can be proud to be in. That comes from dealing with basically essential services. Once we stabilize that, if you don't stop the bleeding first, you're going to continue to bleed. It does us no good as a city to say we want more people and businesses to come here and put all of our efforts into getting more people and businesses to come here if first we do not take care of the people that are here now and the businesses that are here now. It does us no good to try to get them to come here, because when they come here they're going to find the same problems that have been causing people and businesses to leave in the first place. So again, we have to make a decision as to what we are and then become the best of what we are. That doesn't mean that we slight trying to get more people and businesses here, but again, you have to stop the bleeding first. We are a city of 47,000 people. We live in a very beautiful area. We're a small city. And basically that's what we are. A city that has had an immeasurable number of people that have been from Eastern Europe. And they're proud people. The heritage of the Eastern Europeans in our area has been very strong one. They took pride in their houses. They took pride in their neighborhoods. Not only would you see some of the old Eastern European women sweeping the sidewalk, they'd be out sweeping the street. They'd be down on their hands and knees with scissors, cutting the grasses, trimming their hedges. They took pride. That's no longer here. We're seeing that die off, if you will. And what it's being replaced by, unfortunately, are people not originally from our area. They have no respect for the neighborhoods, no respect for their neighbors, no respect for the people, no respect for what the city is and what it was. So that's primarily what we are. We're a city that has problems as it relates to drug activity, gang activity, sex offenders. We have some major problems. And if we don't admit that those problems exist, first and foremost, then we can't do anything about it. National Gang and Youth Violence expert Stephen Wojcik says that disaster follows denial. And for far too long, our city, our elected leaders, our businessmen have been in a state of denial about the growing problems that have been facing us. And again, if you're in denial and don't do anything about it, don't admit to the problem, we're going to get exactly what we've gotten so far, which is a decline in every area possible. Certainly, we keep on talking about wanting to have our youth stay in our area. We've got to be sure that there's enough here to keep them here. We've got to be sure that there are jobs here. Youth can't do anything about that. They go to school, they can be fine, upstanding citizens, they can always do the right thing, they can volunteer to do things that will help other people in our area, those who are less fortunate. They can volunteer to work on projects throughout the city of Binghamton, which is a great thing. Again, it comes down to a matter of whether or not they have pride in the community. It comes also down to a simple fact of what type of family structure they have. Unfortunately, not only here, but throughout our country, we have seen a breakdown of the family structure for a number of reasons. We see far too many single-parent homes. And kids nowadays, and have been for years now, are at a loss to find that which is missing from their life. It's not being provided by government. It's not being provided by the communities in a large part. So the communities have to move together as well. So what can individuals do? They can, again, identify the problem and then identify solutions and then work on whatever type of action plan is necessary to bring those groups of people together, to keep those kids here, to offer them something that is going to be substantial and positive. That's what's missing primarily from the kids nowadays, from the youth. And it has been missing for a long period of time. From the standpoint of what can the community do for the economy, well, more so I think, what can the government do to assist the community in regards to the economy? What can it do? It can take a look at, again, be ensure that it doesn't create new taxes. You hear the phrase, well, no new taxes. Well, you increase the old ones, you don't need new taxes. Right? And that's what's transpiring a lot. They're finding a lot of different ways to increase that which the public has to pay without providing them, again, the basic services that are necessary to keep them here, to keep them in a lifestyle locally that they want to continue in and not look elsewhere, not move elsewhere for them. So government has a big responsibility, a very big responsibility in being able to assist that aspect of it. You know, it's not really a good thing to say that crime, which we have a lot of, gangs, which we're growing numbers, sex offenders, all right, that once the economy gets better, all of these things will be diminished. Well, it's taken over 30 years and longer for our economy to reach the condition that it has. So if the attitude is that we just need to wait for the economy to get better and things will get better miraculously, then we're sadly mistaken. We should not have that attitude. We should have the attitude as elected officials that the residents of the city of Binghamton, that the businesses in the city of Binghamton need our help to be certain that we don't tax them out of existence here. Many other things I'm sure that need to be done, but again, if you take a look at some of the basic things that we're talking about here, you've got to start, and you've got to start with the basics. Water wheel projects, river walks, and I call them water wheel projects. I've not known one person who said that they were thinking of leaving Binghamton, but they're going to stay because we built a water wheel project, we built a river walk. All right? Not one. If new people coming into Binghamton are going to stay because of that water wheel project, God bless them, come on in. All right. Our quality of life issues are nice things, certainly they are. But the best quality of life issue is safety. The first priority of elected officials, the first priority of government is to the safety of its residents. When that thing was being considered, when they passed legislation to fund that and to build that, a couple of us on City Council asked the question many times over, how are you going to patrol it? It's going to be a couple miles long. Isn't that going to take police officers off from the street? Take them out of the neighborhoods that have an increase in crime. increase in drug activity, increase in gang activity. How are you going to take care of that? Nobody had an answer. Nobody had an answer. So, is that a nice little thing? It's a nice little thing. Is that our priority? It should have been our priority? Is that where we should have been putting all of our efforts and money? And quite frankly, a lot of things were done to assist with that took money away from areas that should have been applied to in the city of Binghamton. You take a look at Water Street. What's transpiring on there, the new construction that went on there, clearly is that was put in as a result of not because the street needed a great amount of repair. There's a few businesses on that street, no residents whatsoever. But what do they do to it? Well, they put in a narrower street that when you have a truck and a vehicle, another car going in opposite directions, very difficult. I was there the other day and the truck was trying to make a turn, and I had to wait for that truck to make the turn before I can proceed past him. There wasn't enough room. There's antique lighting there. Why? There's great looking sidewalks there now because of the water road project. We on city council were not informed that the reason they were doing that was for that purpose. We weren't told that. So something like that is a nice little thing, but again, is that what's going to keep residents here? And again, it does no good if we're trying to get, let's say, 2,000 people are going to be coming here, 3,000 people are leaving. Right? Why are they leaving? When these 2,000 people get here, they're going to see the same things that caused those 3,000 to leave in the first place. The water road project isn't something that's going to keep people here. It's a nice little thing. Make no mistake about it. Unless you come in for a job that's high paying, there isn't all that much to offer to keep you and the family here for a long period of time. Give them that which is missing from their lives first and foremost. Be sure that if they're going to be paying their hard-earned dollars on increased taxes, that they're getting something for their money. It's common sense. They deserve it. People are leaving the Binghamton area, Boone County. They're leaving for a reason. Ask them. They'll tell you. I get calls almost every single day from people saying, Tony, I'm just about fed up. I'm thinking about moving my family out of here. Lived here all my life, and I've known people that have done that. All of us on city council, people in Binghamton have known far too many others that have done that and are continually doing that. Why? Why put up a facade? Why put up a veneer, if you will, that we're this great thing, that we have no crime, that there are no gangs in Binghamton? And make a mistake about it, past administration and this administration is saying there's no gangs, there's just wannabes. Drug activity, forget it. Sex offenders, they don't reoffend. Give them a break. Don't stigmatize them. Duh. How the hell can you be so dishonest with the people in this city of Binghamton that are living those problems, that see those problems, and continually see nothing being done about it? Your priority should be as unpopular as you can be and get the most done. That should be the priority of an elected official. It shouldn't come down to a popularity contest. It shouldn't come down to, geez, I want to get reelected. And unfortunately, that's what it's come down to for far too many elected officials in Binghamton. Far too many people. Do the unpopular thing if it's going to get the powers that be ticked off at you. Do the unpopular thing if it's going to be the right thing to do for the residents and the taxpayers of the city of Binghamton. That's what you should be doing. Because when you run for office, isn't that what the hell you tell them you're going to do? That you're going to be their champion? You're going to champion their cause? You're going to go out and right every wrong possible? And that you're not going to be like the other guys? You know? And then once you get elected, you become like the other guys. It baffles me. It baffles me. people say, well, you're a politician. And I tell them, no, I'm not a politician. I call myself a governmentician. When I was raised, my parents, my family, and my teachers taught me that there's a difference between politics and government. That government is doing the right thing for the residents, for the people that voted you in office. Because it's the right thing to do. Politics is all the bull that goes on behind the scenes, all the stuff that makes people not want to get into an elected office, that stops good people from running for office. And it's out there, trust me, it is out there. And the hardest thing for people to do is to remain true to that which they said they were going to do when they ran for office. So when people say you're a politician, say, no, I'm a governmentician. Bottom line, you've got to do the right thing. You've got to do the right thing. At least go down trying. See you at the Water World, absolutely.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls, 'cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene.